Use the right lane to take exit 377A to merge onto CA 85 North toward Cupertino.
All right, that's my exit. Gonna go. Today is literally the most pretty day outside. 72 degrees, no wind, all the flowers are out. It's a beautiful day in a neighborhood. Almost to SF. Sorry. The sunroof's open, so it may be a little loud, but I'm almost to San Francisco. My class starts in 6 minutes, so probably not going to make that, but hopefully they'll still accept me in, even though I'm running late. Here's my outfit of the day. Paying for my parking right now. Don't even really think I need my jacket because, well, then I need both hands to see because it's really bright and glary. Hold on. Take my money. That's the right way. Yes. It took it finally. It just says please wait. 13, my receipt. Put this on the dash. Mission accomplished, car's locked. Now I gotta go find this place. Hopefully they'll let me in still.
Two guys in the same car calling me at the same time. That's really
That's kind of crazy. I'm good. I'm late for the class.
Oh, get on in there.
I can?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Before I interrupt, do you guys have a public restroom?
It's going to be all the way back here by our office. It's just going to be on the left side of the go in the back.
Okay, thanks.
We like to get those spots too because it makes you kind of open up more to your surroundings. But these are the tools. Back in the day, they would use magic markers and kind of like these shoe mops, right? When these kids in the 80s wanted to like write, they didn't have these special markers yet, and they wanted something thick and bold to be seen from far away. They didn't want to use Sharpies or like thin pens because no one's gonna see that from far away. It was all about being seen. And so they kind of created and innovated. They got these shoe polish shiners, and they have this really thick nib in the middle. And you can empty them out and like pour different paint in it too. But essentially, when you use that shoe mop and write on the wall with it, instead of just like cleaning your shoe, it creates this drip effect because you're squeezing it and writing it on the wall. And it kind of created this like whole new movement of writing your name. He was born and raised in China, but he came out to Chinatown in San Francisco when he was about 12 or 13 or so. And when he was out here, he was painting everywhere. He was what you called all city, block to block, end to end of San Francisco. No matter where you went, you see tie. He'd do little ties, big ties, everywhere. And he stylized it. He would do peace signs in his name, or he'll make his eye into a heart. He really functified it. But the sad story about him is he was painting this warehouse. I think he was in Bayview or Hunters Point. And he was on top of this guy's roof, spray painting this shot you can see from the water and the freeway. And the guy comes out with a shotgun. He's like, the fuck off my roof, blah, blah, blah. And the dude, Ty, was like, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna get off. I'm sorry, sir. He had his hands up, climbing down the That's what I love about graffiti. Even on billboards too. Say you hit a billboard that doesn't have an ad on it, it's just black, and you spray paint it. Sometimes they won't even just paint over it, they'll just slap an ad over it. And that ad will be there for years, right? And then they decide to take that ad down, or you go up there yourself and tear it down, and your stuff is still there. So you're like, eh. These are some more examples. Silencer, Journey, Optimist, Pest. These guys are so raw. Silencer doesn't paint anymore, but he was really talented when he did. This is today's graffiti. When people think of graffiti nowadays, we create an identity, we brand ourselves basically. We're basically marketing ourselves without even realizing it. But these are a few examples of how certain artists will come up with their own icon and their own name. So Obey, that's Shepard Fairey. You guys probably are hella known and aware of him.
Was he tagging before he did?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. But then he turned more to like the stencil side just because he could get up faster with it. But the way he was doing it was a form of graffiti because of the spots he was hitting. He wasn't painting like a whole street art mural of this on the wall, you know? But he is still considered a street artist. But he's still very well respected. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people, when you bring up graffiti or street art, they're like, Banksy, Obey. And like, I think that's tight. And a lot of graffiti artists knock that down. They're like, fuck that. Like, they're sellouts, blah, blah, blah. But then when you think about it, those fools bought in. They bought into themselves. And anytime that word is brought up, they're the first ones brought up. And I think that's amazing. And I want to get to that point, you know what I mean? I don't get why certain people hate on that. But some graffiti artists just love that grinding lifestyle. They don't believe in reaching out and like going further, you know? There's very different types of graffiti artists. There's a graffiti artist who only tag on walls with a marker. There's graffiti artists who only scribe in windows with like a nail or something, or with acid bath. It's called etch bath. It looks like that stuff on the window you see, it's like white and foggy. That's etch bath, and it's an acid that eats through your window and it will never come out. Store owners hate it. You see it a lot on like little like Chinese shops and stuff because they just like don't want to spend that money to replace their windows. So a lot of people will tag on those types of little shops. And it's terrible because they're family-owned businesses, but a lot of the times they tag on that because they're not going to replace it and they know they won't, so it stays. But that stuff never comes off. Store owners hate it.
Space is super cool, and I
Maybe that's what it
am digging these cactus prints behind me. So dope. But now we're gonna head out on a tour of some street art in the neighborhood and hopefully not get stabbed by a crackhead.
Really?
Yeah.
You know
Tokyo?
why? I heard they cracked down on that stuff real tough. My boyfriend's going to Taipei right now, actually. I want to go to Tokyo with Japan, but he's going to Taiwan.
Yeah.
I'm going to France this summer, though, to go on staycation. I'm super excited. We have some homies out there gonna show us around the catacombs and stuff.
Nice.
We can all kind of huddle in between this pole and palm tree if you guys are, even in between those palm trees too. So this mural right here, both of these murals right here are super, super cool, and they have a long story behind it. But the thing about this, so these two writers, can you guys guess what they say? Let's see if you guys can see what it says. I'll give you a hint. The name is behind the bones. It says Nychos. N-Y-C-H-O-S.
Oh.
So Nychos, he's a very well-known Austrian graffiti writer. He was born and raised in Austria, but he comes out here all the time. His little steez is he always does anatomy. He paints the anatomy of humans, of animals. Even he'll like do weird inanimate objects of like a chair and break open a chair and you'll see the anatomy of a chair, like weird stuff like that. And he does this all with spray paint, no projector, no stencil, no nothing. This is technically not street art. This is graffiti, and that is because he is putting his name and incorporating his character. These are what his characters are. I was telling you earlier how graffiti artists like to like paint certain characters with their stripes. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And you can make your edges soft, hard, round, whatever speaks to you right now. After you're done outlining around all of your letters, and it's very key to outline around the whole letter and separate your letters, because then you'll end up with a blob instead of your name. Once you write it, you're gonna erase, oh yeah, if you have like a letter, like the letter P or A, O, always do the inside as well. Then you're gonna erase your initial line, boom. Now you have your straight letter. And typically, graffiti names are pretty short. And why would we choose short names?
Would be done quick.
Exactly. But hey, not everyone has a short name. Some people like that risk, and they'll write their whole name and take their time, and they get respect for that. A lot of OGs have really long names because that wasn't like a thing back in the day. But nowadays, it's more like a 4-letter word is usually your graffiti name. 4 to 5 letter word. But yeah, some people don't have super short names and they're super long. So, but initially, yeah, you want a short name just because of time and all that stuff. But here you go, melting. In this case, I'm gonna just do bubbles because I'm good at like, once you get your letter structure down, in your background, you can add more instructions on how to put the cap on the can, and then So the cap I have on right now is what you consider a fat cap, and the fat cap spray is really, really big, and it makes the paint come out faster. But I'm going to give an example of how this is all determined by distance, pressure, and speed. With this fat cap, these are meant to spray full force, but not be too close to the wall, because it spits out really fast, so you're going to want to distance yourself a little bit. I'll show you an example of how fat you can spray this. Thickest sprays you got. That's me pressing full force. So with this, you can see how big it goes, but the closer you go, then the less you spray. The more susceptible it is to dripping. But super small. This whole technique is what we call a flare. So this in one motion, just making that design in one motion is what we call a flare. So you start far away, and then you go down skinny. And And those come really handy with moisturizer. Yeah, thank you.
Oh no, just generally.
Yeah, I'll feedback. If you guys have any questions, you know, I'll be right here. But you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's a beautiful day.
I can't remember if I told you guys, but my sister bought me that as a Christmas gift. So I've been waiting a couple months to go, and it was literally amazing. I definitely hope to come back. They have 2 other options for like more intermediate or advanced, depending on what kind of skills you want to enhance. But it was definitely amazing, and I'm so thankful to my sister. She's my angel. And now I gotta drive home, but hopefully it's not gonna be traffic like when I come up to San Francisco for work. So super fun, and I'm just ready to chill. My friend invited me to the Sharks game. I even said no, I'm too tired. I'm ready to go home and chill. Peace.